Joining us now from House Foreign Affairs, Congresswoman Maria Salazar. Congresswoman, it's good to see you again. It's nice to have you on the show.
You. Sure, my pleasure to be here with you.
It's good to see you. So let's get right at it, if we may. Where do you come down on this fight in the House over the vote expected tomorrow on the $95 billion aid package for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan? Congressman Marjorie Taylor Greene, as you know, Congressman Thomas Massie, and now Paul Gosar want to oust Speaker Johnson for working with Democrats. Also, border security is not in there.
Well, where should I begin? I think that Johnson is not going to go anywhere. I think that the three colleagues that you mentioned, they have their own ideas, but we have to remember, the rest of the Republican conference remembers, that we are the United States of America and that we are the leader of the free world. Largest economy, largest military, we are the leader of the free world, and so we have to be there for our friends, meaning Israel and meaning Ukraine. So tomorrow it's going to pass with the help of the Democrats, and that's okay because, you know, we don't have any problems in working with the Dems when it's reasonable. This country is divided, 50% Republicans, 50% Democrats. So it's time for us to be working together and for such a noble effort as to helping Israel and Ukraine. Because look, you know, I am Cuban American from Miami, and we know what the Russians do to you. And the Russians do not want to bring any glory, or they don't want to do anything good to the people. So if we don't stop the Russians now, meaning Vladimir Putin, and we're sending dollars, or we're not sending soldiers. So it's time to give $60 billion to Ukraine, most of them military equipment, $12 billion for them that needs to be repaid. So what's wrong with that?
So how come we couldn't get anything to stop the invasion at the southern border? That's what conservatives are upset about. 10 million illegal migrants, terrorists caught crossing, MS-13 gang members, and more. There were repeated promises there would be no additional money going to foreign aid without first securing the border. So why cave on that?
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Well, look, we have not, because we have many responsibilities. I'm the first one who has said many times that what's happening at the southern border is the worst thing that could have happened to my community, the Hispanics in the United States. It's terrible. That border needs to be sealed.
But
and I presented legislation.
But it's not in there. It's not in the foreign aid package.
We're going to be voting. We're going to be voting on a fourth bill that is going to reinstate our H.R. 2. But you have to understand that the Dems, we have not been able to come to terms with the Democrats in Congress to seal the border. Also need to remember that immigration is in the hands of the executive. And President Biden has done a horrible job in sealing the border. Not even Obama or Clinton or Bush. In the last 35 years, we don't want to see what's happening. We don't want any more illegals or fentanyl or cartel, but that does not mean that we have to forget Ukraine and Israel. You can do both things at the same time.
Okay, so let's move to this. Are you worried about turnover in the House cutting into the GOP majority? Congressman Jake LaTurner is not seeking re-election. Congressman Patrick Henry, Mike Gallagher leaving. Axios reports House Republicans expect even more Republicans to leave in coming weeks. You know, it also says more than a dozen Democrats are leaving, with another dozen seeking higher office. Are you worried about the House GOP losing the majority here?
Not at all, because we're going to have elections in November, and the American people are going to go to elections, and they're going to vote for the Republicans to keep the majority. You know why? We may not be perfect. We may not have it the way people would like to see it, but we're not socialists. Look at the economy. Look at the border. Look what's happening with the embassies. Look at this disaster. The name of the United States is right now in shambles in the international forum because this administration is weak on every one of those segments that I just mentioned, specifically the economy. So the American people will know in November what to do. And the Republicans are the ones who can bring back, with our contender, presidential contender, Donald Trump, he will be able to bring back glory to the economy specifically and to the United States. We have to be back. We have to go back to be the leader of the free world. There is no one else, because China, Iran, and Russia cannot fill those shoes. So we are still the ones who have to do it. So thank you.
Congressman Salazar, thanks for joining us. It's good to see you again.
Of course. Okay, of course.
We'll have you back on again soon.